today we're going to be checking and cleaning a flame sensor on a gas furnace. The flame sensor on this furnace right here is located at the back of this burner compartment. We can just take a 1/4-inch nut driver and go ahead and take it loose. I'll let you guys see it. There's the flame sensor itself. It's hooked up to the wire still, but you can just pull that off and get it right there in your hand. Take a look at it. This one's fairly clean, but we're still going to clean it here. First thing that we'll do to clean it is I recommend getting a flame sensor cleaner. The one that I have right here is a Supco FSC10. I'll put the link to the Amazon cart here in the description of the video. Pretty simple to use though. I'll show it to you here real quick. So this one here is pretty simple. It's just got an opening here. It's just got some wire brushing in here. And all you're going to do is just run that flame sensor right up through there and twist it and push it in and out a little bit. Get it all nice and shiny. If you don't have a flame sensor cleaner, you could use a knife. I usually carry a utility knife in my pocket. And what you could do is you could scrape it. It does the same exact thing. Do not use sandpaper. The sand and the grit on that sandpaper will stay on this flame sensor, and what it'll do is when that heat and that flame hits it, it'll crystallize it and can cause damage to it. So never use sandpaper. So we'll go ahead and reinsert this. I like to use a nut driver by hand so I don't over tighten it. Strip out the threads. Once we get it back in, I'm going to leave my wire off for now for testing purposes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fire up the gas furnace part in order to check it using my multimeter here. Alright, so I got the thermostat calling for heat now. And we're going to wait for this inducer motor to come on. While we're waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and set my meter to check this to microamps right here. And how we're going to check a flame sensor is we'll put one lead on the wire that goes to the flame sensor and one lead on the flame sensor itself. And then once this ignites, which the igniter's glowing right now, we'll take a reading here and see what we got. Alright, it ignited. Right now we're reading 2.6 to 2.8 microamps. Anything over 1.5 is good. So reading 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, I know that flame sensor is working correctly. So I'll go ahead and disconnect my meter leads. My furnace will shut off. It doesn't sense a flame with it unhooked. I'll go ahead and put the wire back on top of the flame sensor. And then the unit will reignite. If it doesn't, you might have to turn and cycle the power off if it threw an error code in there. So, and now that we've got it all hooked up, that is as easy as it is to cleaning and checking a flame sensor.